Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a preview of tomorrow's 3 o'clock kickoff against Kilmarnock. Game will be live on Sky TV and it gives us a chance to restore our lead at the top of the Scottish Premiership, depending on what Aberdeen do in their game over this weekend. The video going to include some goal highlights, my predicted lineup, my predicted score, some stats, and also a wee recap of the last game we played at Kilmarnock, which was the 5-0 win that won us the title, and also a wee look at the game from around this time last year, which we ended up losing 2-1 on a miserable afternoon, a game in which Scales, Taylor and Phillips had absolute nightmares in the second half, and Celtic gave up a 1-0 lead and gave up a game that they were dominating quite considerably. Before we do crack on with the actual video, please, if you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscriber button. Keep the numbers pushing up and up and up. Just 1 or 2 new subscribers every day does make me so happy. So please do, if you've not yet subscribed, do please click that subscribe button. If you've liked the video, please do click the like button, and do feel free to pop your own thoughts regarding the likely lineup for Celtic tomorrow and your own prediction of what the score is going to be and any other issues relating to the game tomorrow. As I'm sure you all remember, we went to Kilmarnock in May of this year with the title there to be won, and Celtic dominated that game quite considerably. A very comfortable 5-0 win on the day, which guaranteed us the title. Just looking at the goals that evening, Adam Idah opened the scoring nice and early in the 5th minute. Nice ball across the box by Matt O'Reilly, and Idah beat Dyson Maida to the ball to score from within the 6-yard box. Very similar goal for the second goal, which was by Dyson Maida. This time it was an Alice Johnston cross into the 6-yard box, and Dyson Maida won the battle for the ball, hit the ball into the net, managing to keep himself just onside. Then Dyson Maida set up James Forrest for the third goal in the 35th minute. Again, a very similar goal. Celtic got the ball out wide and then behind Kilmarnock's defence, and then a ball square across the box, and James Forrest nipped in at the back post to score the third. Second half, Celtic added 2 more goals, both by Matt O'Reilly in the 51st and 71st minute. 51st minute, 4th goal was an absolute belter of a strike from the edge of the box, left-footed into the top of the net, and then after a wee bit of a poor clearance by the Kilmarnock goalkeeper, Nicholas Kuhn set up Matt O'Reilly for Celtic's 5th on the night, and a nice comfortable win to guarantee us the title. However, it's important to remember our previous time at Kilmarnock. We ended up losing that game 2-1, as I said, on a very miserable, wet day. The conditions got worse and worse, and as the conditions got worse and worse, Celtic's performance got worse and worse, and I think it probably was Celtic's worst defensive performance since Brendan Rodgers came back to the club in the summer of 2023. In that game, Taylor, Scales and Phillips all had atrocious matches. As you'll see from the little highlight clips, Scales was at fault for both of the 2 Kilmarnock goals, as was Greg Taylor for letting the Kilmarnock player inside him. Scales' lack of pace and lack of good positioning cost Celtic very dear on both occasions, and Nat Phillips managed to net an own goal for the first goal and was completely out of position and useless for the second goal. Happily, Celtic ditched Nat Phillips pretty much straight after that, and Liam Scales did get better and better, and for the most part, Greg Taylor has played well ever since. So do have a wee look at those video highlights, and then we'll come back with a chat through the stats, my predicted lineup, and my predicted score for tomorrow afternoon's match. Moving on to the Celtic against Kilmarnock stats for recent games and Celtic's current form. Over the last 10 games against Kilmarnock, we've had 7 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. In the last 17 league matches against Kilmarnock, we've got 14 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. However, Kilmarnock have won 2 out of the last 3 home games against Celtic. That was the League Cup match in the summer of 2023, and then the miserable day 2-1 defeat, and the win, of course, was the 5-0 game in May. In the Scottish Premiership, we have 7 away wins in a row, and looking at our last 16 league fixtures, we've got 15 wins and 1 draw, and that, of course, was against Aberdeen, the 2-2 draw. And so Celtic clearly on a very, very good run of form in the league, being unbeaten, stretching back to the spring of 2024. I fully expect that Celtic will maintain their winning run and their topping of the Scottish Premiership table. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Celtic, but you may have your own thoughts regarding what score is most likely. I do think Kilmarnock are just a wee bit off the pace this year, not quite as well organised or tight as last season. They do retain quite a number of players who have given Celtic problems over the time. However, I do think Celtic are a lot stronger in defence than before. And I think we have a very strong midfield and also good backups for defence and midfield on the bench. My predicted lineup for tomorrow's game: Schmeichel in goals, Alison Johnston right back. I'm going to go for Trusty and Scales in central defence. I think Cameron Carter-Vickers has been struggling to compete a full 90 minutes. And for that reason, I think they'll probably rest him tomorrow and keep him at Celtic for the next couple of weeks over the international break to see if they can get his toe completely settled down. As I suspect, with the fact that he's not played a full 90 minutes, is that he's experiencing quite a lot of pain as the game goes on. And so I think it's best to give him a couple of weeks rest from playing and get him into training in preparation for the return after the international break. Going to go for Taylor rather than Valle at left back. I think Rodgers likes Taylor's experience. I think he also likes the way that Taylor comes in to play that inverted fullback role. And I think with our defence being that wee bit stronger than it was 12 months ago, I think Taylor for Rodgers is the better option. I personally would be going for Valle at left back, simply because I think he's more solid, and I think he's a player who's got better and better every game that he's played for Celtic. In midfield, I'm going to go for the usual three: Hatate, McGregor and Engels. Out wide on the right, Nicholas Kuhn. On the left, Dyson Maida. And through the middle, Kyogo. A lot of folk are going for Adam Ida rather than Kyogo up front. And there is an argument to say that possibly starting Ida and Kyogo alternate matches might well be a good option. I think Kyogo does well playing against Kilmarnock. I think he does do well on the artificial pitch. And I think the way that Celtic are going to play is going to be the fast attacking style they have tried to play for most of the season. And I think for that reason, Kyogo is the better option. However, you may have your own thoughts regarding Celtic's best starting 11. So again, do pop that into the comment section. Just a few wee updates on stories we've been covering through the week. The rumours regarding Alex Valle being recalled early by Barcelona seem to have died away, and it does sound like Celtic and Rodgers are trying to say if that's not going to happen. Brendan Rodgers in his press conference yesterday certainly was indicating he very much hopes that Greg Taylor signs his new contract nice and soon, although he was unable to give any update on how that's progressing. And similarly, he was saying that Alison Johnston is now a very key player for Celtic, and he again is fully supporting Alison Johnston getting a new extended contract to keep him at Celtic for another 4 or 5 years. No actual progress or confirmation regarding Taylor or Johnston's contract, but I do think both of those will be finalised over the next month or so. And as I said, the stories regarding Valle being recalled early do appear to have diminished, and Celtic and Rodgers do appear to be ruling that out as a possibility. That just about finishes things off for today. Just a wee reminder, encouragement as we finish. If you are new to the channel, please do click that subscriber button. Keep it pushing up towards 1,100. If you have liked the video, please do click the like button. It does help with YouTube analytics and spreading the video and the channel to more folk. And do pop your comments regarding your own predicted lineup and score, etc. into the comment section for a nice wee chat debate amongst Celtic fans. So until the post-match review video, goodbye, good luck Celtic in your game tomorrow at Kilmarnock, and hail, hail.